Well, from Alzheimer's Orange County, Dan Daly is with us today, and pleasure to have you back again.
Ken, it's always great to see you. Thank you.
And today we're talking about your upcoming meeting, and this is done with the Alzheimer's OC Club here in Laguna Woods Village. It'll be on Monday.
Correct. And our speaker is going to be Ben Allen. Ben Allen is the coordinator for Memories in the Making, which is our art program.
Right.
And he's also a community educator, and he's been doing this for about 5.5 years. About the same amount of time I've been doing working for Alzheimer's Orange County. I might add too that his spouse is living with Alzheimer's.
Oh, okay.
So he has a lot of information that he's going to share with the audience, specifically with the wandering.
Okay. And that is something that, of course, you hear about that happens frequently with people with different kinds of dementia, particularly Alzheimer's, right?
Right. Actually, wandering can occur with somebody with memory problems who get lost very easily. And there's a lot of reasons why they will wander off. Sometimes it's out of stress and fear. They could be in an environment, even at home, and there might be construction going on outside or nearby. They'll hear a loud noise, and they want to find the nearest exit. Okay. Or they might be getting bored, and they become restless, and they're looking for something to do. Or the other thing is it might be basic needs. They may want to use the bathroom, and they forget where the bathroom is. Okay. And the next thing you know, they're out the front door, and they're wandering, and they're at risk. Okay. And
this is the topic that is going to be presented on Monday. And is it going to be a talk on how to kind of deal with this for the spouse or somebody that's involved? Because it's, obviously we've talked about this before. It's very difficult for the person who is caring for the other.
Right. It's a twofold problem.
Yeah.
The individual who wanders, I'll give you an example. 6 out of 10 with dementia will wander. Okay. And that is a pretty big number. For the family, it's very difficult because you can't bolt down every single door to prevent them from wandering. But when you look at the profile of the wanderer, you have to look at the person who thinks that they want to go home, but they're home.
Right.
So they don't understand the reality of the situation. Or they're so used to getting up and going to work, they feel bored and restless sitting at home, they want to go to work. Yeah. So these are the things that they have to be on 24/7 alert. And it's very difficult. One of the things they can do in planning ahead for this, anybody who's been diagnosed with Alzheimer's or some form of dementia, the family should invest in some type of ID bracelet.
Yes, yeah.
Medical alert seems to be the more popular item. And what that'll do is you register the individual in a national registry. So if they do wander off and they become lost, the first responder will see that bracelet. And on that bracelet will be a phone number. They call that phone number, and then they have the complete history of the individual and who to contact. Now, the other thing that the family can do is they can speak with neighbors and tell the neighbors, by the way, if you see John alone, he does have Alzheimer's or dementia. And please let me know if you see him wandering alone. That's something that they can do. The other thing that they can do is keeping a close track of that individual while they're home. So if they do get restless, come up with an idea as far as a game or some activity that they can get involved in, which will be very helpful. Okay. Now, if the individual does wander and they get lost, the recommendations we make is do not look more than 15 minutes. And at that point in time, if you don't see that person, call 911 and file a report. Okay. Because then you've got the people who are experts at finding the individual. I'll give you a great example. Several years ago, there was an individual right here in the Laguna Woods Village, and they wandered off. It was about 11 o'clock at night. Well, 2 weeks later, they found the individual. And what happened was that the caregiver, who happened to be the spouse, she was taking a shower and he went out the front door. And very unfortunate, but that's what happens.
Yeah.
So you have to be acutely aware of the activity, and it can be dangerous, no question about it. And but I would say that corresponding, communicating with your neighbors, very, very important.
All right. So this meeting is going to be happening on Monday. That's this Monday, June 10th at 10 a.m. And you're all invited to be there. It'll be over at the Performing Arts Center in room 2. And, you know, I think it's a good idea that even if you're not going through this at this point, you get some valuable information.
Absolutely. You've got to be planning ahead constantly.
Yeah.
It's an unfortunate thing to have to look at and to plan for, but it is a reality.
Yeah.
And the more equipped you are to deal with it, the better off you and the loved one is going to be.
All right. Dan, always good to see you.
Great to see you, Ken.
Take
Thank
care,
you.
and we'll be right back.
You know,